Yo, 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 what is going on? And welcome to this video, bro. Very, very excited for you to be here because this is literally the most life-changing free game that you will ever find on the internet for free. So welcome. I hope you're fucking actually excited. I hope you're actually going to take this serious. And before we even get started, if you're not going to sit here and watch this shit and take notes, leave. This is for a very specific type of person. This is for a type of person that is ready to actually enact some change in their life and learn some shit that will alter the course of their life forever. And if you're not an action taker, if you're not someone that's willing to dedicate themselves to becoming the person that they are meant to be, then there is nothing that I can do for you. So, that was such a harsh intro, but that's the facts. I'm going to kind of dive right into it. I haven't done one of these free videos in a very long time. But literally, what I'm about to share with you is the accumulation of everything that I've learned in the self-improvement and business space and everything that you could possibly need to know to create a life that is fulfilling to you, that you wake up in the morning excited to live, and that you just fucking love every second of it. So, without further ado, this is the fast track. And in today's lesson, what we're going to be doing is finding your life's purpose, because every single one of you must be working towards something heart-centered, something that you can call your own, something that is your purpose in this life, because without that, you will never feel fulfilled. And then I'm going to show you how you can get rich from it. So, as you can see here, I have some pretty cool, and also just take a glimpse. I fucking built this shit way out for you guys. This is some fire. So lots of good stuff in store. Let's get it. Yeah. So, whether or not you choose to believe it, you were born into this life for a very specific and very important reason. And until you get clear on what that reason is, and you spend every waking moment working toward it, bringing it into the world, becoming the person that is capable of actually taking action on it, then it doesn't even matter what you do, you will never feel fulfilled. That's it. And so in this video, like I already said before, you and I are going to be getting you attuned to your purpose in this life and how you can take the first steps to let it be a mechanism through which you can create massive sovereignty and freedom and abundance and success in your life in a way that feels heart-centered, in a way that feels fulfilling. That's not just some fucking drop shipping business where you set up a store and you type away and then you spend a whole bunch of money and fail. What we're creating today is something that is unique to you, that actually matters, that makes you wake up in the morning and say, thank you, God, for this life that you've given me. Thank you for the opportunities. Thank you for giving me something to work toward that I fucking love. So without further ado, wow, that was a long-winded ass intro. So the first section of this is just more of a prerequisite, right? And I'm going to read it verbatim. I call this the core of a man, because at the core of what it means to be a man is to create, is to build something of your own, something that matters to you above everything else in your life. In the modern world, we call this desire to create, to bring something of your own into the world, purpose. And a man's purpose is at the center of his life. It is more important to him than anything else, any relationship, any hobby, any career, or anything else in his life. It is what he was born to do. It is what he must do. And without spending his life working toward bringing his purpose into the world, a man will be lost. He'll be desperate. He'll be searching his whole life to fill the hole that is left by that lack of purpose, that lack of fulfillment in his life's mission. And so this is what we see in the average man today. This is why the world is as fucked up as it is in so many ways today, right? Because the average man today is disconnected from his true calling. He's disconnected from the reason that he was born, and he spends his days filling that hole, filling that lack of fulfillment with a job that he hates, a relationship that doesn't serve him, or multiple relationships that don't serve him, the bar every night of the weekend, porn and Netflix and weed and drinking, and name any vice, name any thing that is designed to fill a hole that is left by a lack of fulfillment. It is exactly the type of life, all of this that I just described is exactly the type of life that has led you to watching this video right now. Everything led you to being here. And that is for a reason. But understand, please let this get through, that if you take definite action on the things that I'm going to be sharing with you throughout the course of this video that are being put in front of you right now, then from this day forward, you will never, ever, ever be this type of person ever again for the rest of your life. Moving forward, you are a man on a mission. You are here to do something powerful and beautiful and impactful and fulfilling with your life. So let's make it fucking happen. What we're diving into the next part of this is Ikigai. And Ikigai is an ancient Japanese concept that basically translates to English as reason for being. And I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's all over social media, or at least it was back in the day. And Ikigai is the way that I got in tune with my purpose in my life, and how I became the guy that's sitting in front of you talking on this video right now. And it'll be the first step that you take today to uncover your own purpose. And so I'm going to make this, relatively short and sweet, because you don't really need to understand the ins and the outs and the why this works and everything like that. But what's important is the execution of the task at hand. So below this video, in the description, if I post it on YouTube or whatever, below the video is going to be a resource that you can use, and I'll show you that in just a second. But make sure that you utilize that. This is something that I typically reserve for my private one-on-one or group clients, and it's fucking saucy, man. It really is. So your Ikigai is the answer that you find at the intersection of what you love to do, the things that you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. And it is absolutely essential that every single one of those boxes is checked, because it won't be, if you do some of those but not all of them, it won't be completely holistic. It won't be completely fulfilling. And we can talk about everything, like if you're doing something that you love and that you're good at and that you can be paid for, but the world needs it, it feels fruitless. It feels like, why am I actually doing this? I'm not adding value to the world. If you're doing something that you're good at and you love and the world needs, but you can't be paid for it, you're going to be fucking broke, and then, that sucks. And so, I'm not going to go through every single one of those things, but like overall, get the message that you need to go through every single aspect of this, okay? Because like I said, if you pursue a life purpose that doesn't encompass all of those things, it won't be holistic, and there will always feel like there's a piece missing, and in some way, shape, or form, you will still feel unfulfilled. So once you've found your Ikigai, the idea is that you should be left with a holistic, actionable purpose that feels right, that feels heart-centered, that feels like, oh my God, like this makes so much sense, that you can pursue with your life. And I'm going to show you how exactly you're going to find this. And like I said, you'll find this below the video in the description or something like that. But this is a Notion template that I put together for you to use. And like I said here, you should commit at least an hour of focused work to completing this. Like this is literally the cornerstone for direction in your life. And the whole idea of purpose doesn't mean like today you're going to sit down, you're going to realize what it is that you're meant to do for the rest of your life, and then it's just one thing and it's clear cut. But it gives you a direction to start taking action on. It gives you something to do, to pursue with your life that actually matters to you, that you care about, that you can see yourself pursuing for years. So the way this is broken down is, firstly, I'm not going to go through every single one of these things right now because I'm trying to keep this video relatively short. But the first part of this is literally just a guided reflection, okay? And a lot of it is basically diving into, gaining awareness as to what those aspects of Ikigai are that I shared with you before in your own life, right? So what you're going to do is literally just develop self-awareness and clarity over what it is you're actually good at, what you love to do, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for, right? And the thing that I can't stress enough is that as you go through this, especially for what you can be paid for, don't limit yourself to your current skill set right now. Anything that you need to know to get paid, you can learn that. There's a million ways to get paid, right? Like you could literally get paid. Like I'm getting paid to sit here and make this video in a nutshell, right? Like it doesn't matter. The only thing that I must say though is that it doesn't suffice to say, I love to watch Stranger Things on Netflix. I really love smoking weed, right? It has to be things that actually you could imagine yourself taking and running with for the rest of your life, or at least the next several years. Stage 2 of this, so once you refine that, and like I say 10, I would say roughly 10, you can do 15, you can do 7, whatever. Stage 2 then is the point where you combine these things, and you'll be able to go through this all on your own. But like, for example, right, if you look back to this chart that I showed you here, there was the idea of passion, mission, vocation, profession, and that's the next step. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for connections between the things from stage 1, right? So for example, I'm going to just go through the first section here. If you said that one of the things that you love to do is travel, and the other thing that something that you're really good at is photography, then an example of a sentence that you would put here would be something along the lines of sharing my love of travel through photography. That would be your passion, right? And then you're going to do this for each of, it's all outlined for you here. You're going to do this for every single one of these sections. And it's super clear cut and simple. But yeah. And then once you've gone through all of that, everything kind of comes together. And you're now, this part is the most tedious, and I'm actually going to pause this and take a sip of water. And this part is definitely a little bit more difficult, a little bit more soul searching. Because the way this works, it's like a funnel, right? You start broad, you get a little bit narrower, and then by the bottom of the funnel, you should come to something that actually makes sense and resonates for you specifically. Okay? Because I can't sit here on this video and tell you what your life purpose is. I can't tell you what you're meant to pursue. And anyone that does that, and this is off topic, but anyone that does that, anyone that sits on social media and says, you're meant to do drop shipping and that's what will get you rich, is lying through their teeth. It has to be heart-centered. It has to come from you. So after you've taken, a couple of minutes to sit with everything you that came through before, I want you to move on to this section, all right? And you're going to work on connecting all the things from stage 2. So for example, right, I'm going to read you through this one, and then it'll be, and this is actually my initial ikigai. And the other thing that's worth noting is that this is something that you should reflect back on and return to over time and update over time. But for example, when I first did this, my passion was finding new ways to grow as a person and create a better life for myself, and then sharing those new ways with others. What am I doing right now? My mission is to help people have more faith and believe in themselves by sharing the power of spirituality with them. Vocation, giving people guidance to help themselves find a sense of direction and meaning in their lives and profession, making complex ideas understandable for people and explaining it to them through short-form content and coaching. And then all of this came together as constantly seeking growth and improvement, using that growth and improvement to change my life for the better, and then explaining it to others in a way that they can understand and implement in their own lives. You're here because you've seen my content. You're here because you're learning from me, doing exactly that right now, right? And then guiding them and helping them see real growth in their lives using the power of a sense of purpose, spirituality, and my coaching abilities. So then you do the same thing. And the most important part of this is that you don't rush through it. It has to feel right. Like, you don't want to just be like, okay, well, like, these are the things that I came up with, so I'm going to put these down and jot them down, and it's just going to make sense. You have to sit with them. You have to let your heart guide you. This is why you're here, to live out a purpose of your own and bring it manifest into the physical world. That is why you're here. That is why you were born. And your heart knows that. Your soul knows that. And so if you sit with this and don't force it and don't rush it, you will come to a comprehensive answer that you can take action on today. So that is the Ikigai worksheet or resource. Dive into that. Like I said, it's in the description below. I also forgot to mention, actually, the first thing that you should be doing is you won't be able to edit on this copy that I've given you here. So you're going to have to duplicate it with this button here so that you have your own editable copy. Okay. So that is that. Next thing we're going to be diving in on is gene keys. And like I said here, to be completely blatantly honest with you, gene keys are not something that I'm well enough versed in to be able to sit here and teach you fully. But from my understanding, it's in a lot of ways similar to astrology or human design, except I'm not going to sit here and flame you for actually knowing it because it's not astrology. Yeah. So at a first glance, so this is my gene keys chart. And at a first glance, like, obviously it looks confusing as hell. But the idea of this, though, is that it takes the way that you were born into this life, and you put in your information, and I'll show you how to do all of that. But it gives you, like, the top thing here is your life's work. And that's all we're focusing on for this video today, right? But you'll watch how much it lines up with what it is that I shared with you before, that I came through, that came through when I created my own Ikigai, right? My life's work, what I'm here to do. Your role in the world is to help others by making their lives simpler. You may do this in many different ways, but the prime way is through the way that you talk. The way that you talk. As I sit here and talk to you and make the path for you to create a life that you love simple and actionable. When you speak, you're able to distill things down to their core, making you invaluable to many people as a friend, whatever. You are at your most potent when you say less and wait for the right moment to express yourself. When you do speak, it cannot be planned, but it must be a natural response or invitation to the moment. In a world that is becoming more complex and serious by the minute, you are here to release the pressure on people's minds and resources. Your soft touch, clarity of insight, knowing smile, yada, 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 right? So obviously kind of woo-woo. You don't have to believe in it. You just have to take that one insight and run with it, okay? And the thing that I think is most important to stress as well is that as you go through this, please go through the Ikigai stuff first, because if you don't, if you do this first, then your own creation of your life's purpose, we'll call it, your Ikigai, will be adulterated. It'll be skewed because you already saw something that was like, oh, well, this is what you're supposed to be doing with your life. So go through this first and then dive in here and get a second opinion, essentially. And yeah, you don't have to read super far into it. It's a whole thing. Like, there's way more to unpack than I'm qualified to sit here and teach you right now, and this is not what we're talking about. But all this is designed to do is give you a further insight into what it is that you're meant to be doing here on this earth at a high level. Like, if you pause the video and go back and look through what I read you as my Ikigai, it's almost identical with this. But this is what's just given to me. So yeah, and like I said, again, Ikigai worksheet first, so that the conclusion you come to in that is not adulterated, it's not skewed. So yeah, but to get insight to this, you're gonna go to the Gene Keys website. I'll link this below the video as well, www.genekeys.com. You're literally gonna sign up, do the whole thing, and then basically you're gonna give them like your information and stuff. I'm gonna just sign in. Hold on, pause. Okay. And once you're in here, you're gonna basically it'll guide you through a whole thing where you can put in your information, and then you can just scroll down. You'll get this chart, and you can read into this as much as you'd like. There's so much to go into. And you're just gonna download this PDF, and in the PDF, it will give you a section that's called Life's Work. Yeah, and then you can read into that. And then also, if you want to know more as well, you can go to this website, which is called Unlock Your Design, and read more into. Oh, wow, I don't know what happened here. It looks like their website's glitching. The 64 doors section. I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. This is like totally glitching. Usually the website doesn't look like this, but you're gonna scroll down to the door. So whatever number is here, so mine is 23. I would scroll down on here to 23, and it gives you more insights, whatever. You don't really have to dive super far into it. I don't know why that website's bugging so much, but yeah, that is Gene Keys, and basically it just gives you a second opinion on what it is that you're actually meant to be doing with your life. And now we get into the good stuff. Let's fucking go. So I'm gonna take a second and just transition here. And so the first thing to note here is that I want you to literally like pause the video, go do that whole first section, because now we're transitioning into how do you actually take this purpose and make it a mechanism through which you can create sovereignty in your life. You can bring something powerful into the world. You can make money, and it's not a fucking drop shipping store, and it's not, a get rich quick scheme or betting on crypto and getting lucky, right? So pause the video, go do everything that I just shared with you before this point in the video, and then come back and then finish. I actually do that shit. Seriously. Like, this is, I can't stress enough how much game I'm putting you on here. Like, this is, when I was earlier on this journey, on my own journey, someone had given me the resources and the tools that I'm giving you right now for free, I would be a fucking millionaire already. Straight up. Like, this, so go and do the work, please. Okay. I'm watching you. Motherfucker. Now moving forward, what we're doing is talking about turning your purpose into a business endeavor of your own. But until you actually go and do the work before, you can't actually think about that clearly. Okay. So now that you're back, I guess the preface for the rest of what's to come here is that I am not a make money online guru. I honestly stand against make money online gurus because I think they're bullshitters. And no disrespect to Iman or Alex. They're both the homies, but it's boring. But even beginners will be millionaires by 2024. That's a fucking lie. That he is selling you a lie, right? I am not going to look you in the face right now and tell you that if you just buy my drop shipping course, if you buy my course and do my mentorship, whatever, then you're going to turn your passion into a business and create sovereignty in your life and make a 10K month next month. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. If I did that, I'd be a fucking scammer, and a lot of these guys are fucking scammers that are lying to your face. Yeah, like, I stand against make money online gurus, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that just buy my course and you'll be a millionaire. That's bullshit. That's a lie. That is not true for anyone or anything, right? And now, if you were, like, all that said, if you were working with me directly, everything I'm about to dive into, we would sit down together and create a custom plan for you to actually turn your passion into a business of your own. But right now, literally, I'm sitting here talking to the camera, making a video that's going to reach hundreds and thousands of people and touch their lives. And there's no way that I can give you direct, exact, step-by-step guidance in order to, through this video right now. What I'm going to do, however, is share with you an opportunity that I have used to create sovereignty in my own life. I have used to not even just create sovereignty in my own life, but build a business that I fucking love and do something with my life where I wake up every morning and I thank God that I get to live this life, that I get to do these things, that I get to have the type of impact on people's lives that I have. Real people out in the world who's, and as humbly as I can say it, like, whose lives are better off because they met me. And that is the biggest blessing. And so what I'm sharing with you now is an opportunity that you can take, an option that you can take, a lever that you can push in order to feel the same way about your life that I just described as how I feel about mine. That will also make you lots of money and be pretty awesome. But yeah, feasible option for you to spend your days doing something you fucking love, helping people, making a shit ton of money. And yeah, I mean, if that doesn't sound great, I don't know what does. So take action on it or don't. If nothing else, like, what I'm about to plant in your mind is the seed as to just how possible it is for you, person watching this video on the other side of the screen, to do the same things in your life that I've done in mine. To create a heart-centered business, to impact lives, make a shit ton of money, have this type of apartment with the whole city of Boston behind me, which I'm going to continually flex in all my content because I'm fucking excited about it. And yeah, be this guy who lives this life. So yeah, intro to online business. Where to start? So without further ado, entrepreneurship is the single greatest tool for self-mastery and for creating sovereignty in your life. And the reason that I say this is because without creating something that is uniquely you, that is heart-centered, that is you bringing your purpose manifest into the world in a way that is your own, that is not sitting behind a desk working a job, right? That is in alignment with your purpose, then you will never tap into your true potential. And you'll never be fully fulfilled. Like, as men, we are here to create. We are here to build. You are meant to be doing something of your own creation, your own building. And without that, there's always going to be a piece missing. And entrepreneurship, the business realm, there's nothing that will try and test you and push you to your limits like business. There is nothing. So, and that's not to say worth every single fucking second of it. I'll tell you that much. Right now, though, we're living in a world where there is more opportunity than has ever existed in the world prior to right now. There are literally 16-year-old kids making $100,000 a month, tens of thousands, $100,000 a month, living in their parents' basement, right? You are living in a world with so much unfathomable opportunity. And why you haven't taken action on that, I don't know. But you gotta fucking start, man. You gotta fucking start. And the way that you begin to capitalize on that and start taking action on that opportunity is by building your own business, especially one that is in the online space. And I say this for several reasons, because with especially social media and organic marketing, you can literally get millions of eyes on your face, your product, what you're creating for free. And also because the cost of delivering an online product is minimal. It costs very, very little money, a couple $100 a month in subscriptions, if even, right? Compared to a brick and mortar business where you're taking home 15% profit margins and, it's just a mess. Okay. So we're about to dive the fuck in. Get ready for this. Take a step back, pause the video, just drink your water and get ready to take some fucking notes. All right. Okay. For you to succeed in the online business space, there are countless things you have to master. And I'm going to, some of them include sales, marketing, team building, offer creation, offer fulfillment, positioning, editing, content creation, name anything, communication skills, so much stuff. and so, so much more than what I just shared with you right there. But that is not what we're here talking about today, okay? All I want to get through to you right here, right now, is that the way that you become the person that you're meant to be and create the life that you are meant to create is through accepting that this opportunity, online business, making money online, is the way. And then actually starting. Actually taking the sauce that I'm giving you here right now for free and taking action on it. Because if you're not an action taker, if you're not someone that is going to leap at the opportunities that are ahead of you and actually do the things that are required to change your life, then there's nothing that I can do to help you. There's nothing that anyone can do to help you, because I can give you all the resources in the world. But if you can't sack up enough and find it within yourself to actually take action on these things and just start. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just start. No one can help you. But for those of you that are action takers, that are ready to make real crazy, crazy change happen in your life, you must start. You must take action, different action, new action. You must invest in yourself. You must learn the skills that are required for you to succeed in this space and see all the abundance. You got to surround yourself with people that actually level you up, because you can't afford to try and start a business and be the most optimal version of yourself and then still have friends that you go out every weekend and drink at the bars. You can't. It doesn't work. You have to surround yourself with people that are on the wave. You have to be surrounded by and absorbing information and bouncing ideas with people that fucking understand you and are on that path too. You have to get a mentor, someone that will actually show you the ropes, because this is not a journey that is meant to be gone on alone. And you can do it on your own. And I have no doubt that you are capable of making this shit happen on your own. It's going to be really fucking difficult, and it's going to take you a really long time. All of the biggest leaps and bounds that I've made in this space were literally through investing in myself and finding mentors. And, I've thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars that I've invested in myself. And when I blew up on social media, it was because I got a mentor. When I actually scaled my business and started doing $10,000 months, it was because I got a mentor. So enough on that random tangent. But yeah, what I'm about to show you is the opportunity that you can be faced with if you're truly ready to go all in. And I have Neo in the Matrix, because I think that's a cool picture. I have me. Check out this. This is just a fucking baller picture. When I was in Colombia, teaching to a group of ballers. Shout out Ben Clark. Shout out Abe. Shout out Evan Merger. Shout out Nick Nitre, the man. Be cool if you guys saw this. But yeah, whatever. I don't even know. I'm just talking on my ass. This video's gone way longer than I expected it to. Now we get serious again. Those who are too cowardly to take action are bound to fail. I'm just fucking with you. The opportunity is there, though, and you have what it takes. You have all of the resources, all of the tools. The only variable is you and your willingness to take action, different action that you've been too scared to take before. And do the things that you've never done before. Because if you always do what you've always done, you will never be more than you are right now. If you only do what you can do, you will never be more than you are right now. You have to push yourself. You have to push your limits. And some of you guys watching this, sitting here right now, are going to be too scared to do that. You're going to be too cowardly to take the next step and become the person that you're meant to be. And that's okay. I wish you the best of luck. But those of you that are ready, let's dive the fuck in, okay? So, the journey. And before we actually dive into the opportunity, and I know I've said that a dozen times now, but at the end of the day, it is not what you do that matters. It is who you are that matters. Who you are, your state of consciousness, the way that you move through the world and channel your being into an endeavor. That being said, the following that I'm about to share with you is the best possible business model that I've identified in all of my time in this space, and I've done everything. I've done the drop shipping. I've done the affiliate marketing. I've done you name it, right? This is the best possible option, the best business model for you to become who you're meant to be and create massive wealth and massive fulfillment in your life. And what I'm about to share with you is not copy-paste. There's no perfect way or perfect opportunity. But if you can go all in on this, I promise you that you'll be sitting here a year from today, looking back with more money in your bank account as a better, more fulfilled, more holistic, more stepped into your power man. So, The opportunity that I'm talking about here is creating a heart-centered social media business. And all that really means is by taking what's in your heart, your purpose that you identified earlier on in this lesson, and sharing it with the world in the social media space. And this journey is a journey that happens in stages. So let me explain. Let's fucking dive in. Stage 1 is attention. Oh shit. And what I mean by that is the first stage in building this business is literally all about getting eyes on you and what you feel called to share with the world, right? So this means posting organic content on social media, everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Actually, that was probably the reverse order of what it should have been. I would say first, most importantly, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, everything else. Snapchat stories. if you're really a baller, I guess. But yeah, posting organic content everywhere, getting hundreds of thousands and millions of eyes on your face, getting to know you, being indoctrinated into your vision and what you feel called to share with the world, and letting people see the world through your eyes and bringing them in and fostering meaningful relationships with them, as I am doing with you right now. So yeah, there's so much to discuss here. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet because I can't possibly share all of content creation and attention and marketing with you right now in this video. But just the main things here is, first of all, and I didn't even say this. First of all, be yourself. Don't try and fit someone else's style. Don't try and copy me. Don't try and copy anyone. Be yourself. Be authentic. Let people fucking see you and feel you and speak the way that you talk. Speak the way that you speak with your friends. Be a real human being. Let people see themselves in you and feel your words. Okay, so the next piece, don't get stuck trying to fit your content in a box, right? It doesn't have to be content like mine or like anyone else's. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking before I read. Jesus Christ. Okay. The most important thing is that what you create is an authentic reflection of you as a person. Be yourself. I already dove in on all that. The content that you make must be made with the intention to help people and teach them the things that you've learned and inspire them in the ways that you've been inspired and open them up to a new perspective and a new way of seeing the world. However you do that. It could be literally anything from like the street interviews to the sit down talking head content that I do to day in the life to like there's no perfect answer, right? But it has to be with the intention to help, to serve others. And by doing this, by attracting in people that are like you, that can learn from you and in some way, shape or form aspire to be like you or live the life that you live, that is the goal. That is how you create a cult following, fans, people that truly fuck with you as a person. And one of the best ways that I've seen people do this and has been really, really powerful as of late is the journey framework. And I'm not going to go dive into every single aspect of this, but basically what that looks like is finding a side hustle that is purpose aligned. So say, I'll use the example of like, say your purpose in this life, and this is going to be exaggerated as fuck. Your purpose in this life is to resell shoes. You're so passionate about shoes and that's your thing. You start a social media channel documenting your journey of scaling a side hustle of you reselling shoes to, the journey to 10K a month as a shoe reseller, right? And then you take that and you run with it and you document your journey. And then through that, you attract in people, first of all, that actually rock with shoes and that community and that space. And that also fuck with you and have watched you go from 0 to 100, from being some kid filming with a camera, a phone, and making no money to seeing your 10K a month or whatever it is for you, right? That in a nutshell. And so the goal of this stage is to just build an organic following that has learned from you, that trusts you, that feels inspired by you, and that also genuinely fucks with you as a person. And that last part is very important. Like, people don't buy from brands, they buy from people. And if people rock with you as a person, it makes the rest of the journey that much easier. And so, a dash of social proof. This is what I've done. This is me in real time. Like, this is what I've created for myself. Is a cult following of people that fuck with me as a person. Like, there are people in here, people that I've of course indoctrinated and brought into my community, but also just people that follow me that I might not ever know their names or talk to them face to face, but they would go to war with me because the things that I've said to them through the content has inspired them and taught them, showed them the light and given them a better way to live. And that is what you are capable of doing too. So that brings us to the end of stage 1, which is attention. Stage 2 of this is monetization. And this is where you actually start seeing cash flow and actually having money come in and making money from this endeavor, right? And the idea of this stage is that you are creating something that is designed to genuinely help the following you amassed from the previous stage, right? In a way that is more intimate than you can do on social media. Like this lesson alone, I could charge you guys $50 for this and call it a course. Literally, I could. But I'm not going to do that because I wanted to give this away for free because this is what I felt called to share with you. But the way that this works is you can only do so much through social media content, through a 30-second reel or a 10-minute YouTube video, right? There's only so much that you can do to touch people's hearts and touch people's minds. And so the next step of this is to create something that actually helps people on a deeper level, right? And this can be anything, literally ranging from like an app or a physical product or merchandise or a one-on-one coaching service or a community-based mentorship program or a million other things, or being an affiliate for, a brand that you really rock with and that has helped you, and then sharing that with people or whatever it might be, right? And, there is no perfect way. There's no direct answer, but during the stage, you're going to be very tested. Like you are going to be put through the ringer, and it's going to be fucking awesome. You're going to have to learn how to actually run a business, not just, say, hey, what's up guys? It's me and this is the content that I create, right? And there's a lot to be learned here. There's a lot and more than I could dive into today. But at the core is literally just create something that helps people that you can sell for a profit. Write that down. And I can also speak to from a little bit of experience here. Like there might be resistance that comes up when you go enter the monetization stage. And when I first started selling coaching services and whatever, and courses and all this stuff, I was like, damn, dude, is this even right? Like how, why should what qualifies me to charge someone for the service when I could just give it away for free, right? And the answer is that most people, 99% of people don't value shit that they're given for free, straight up. I bet you by this point in the video, 50, 70% of the people that started watching this have already dropped off because they don't have any skin in the game, right? And much of what I'm sharing with you today, right here, right now, is stuff that I teach within my community, or at least, the watered down, condensed version of a lot of what I teach to the guys in my community, right? But I guarantee you that 90% of the people that watch this, and I pray to God that you're not one of them, but 90% of the people that watch this are not going to take any action or make any real changes because there's no reason to, because they didn't lose anything by not taking action on the thing that they were given, right? There was no skin in the game. Versus when people join my high-ticket community and they pay a huge lump sum of money to actually be a part of that, right? Immediately there's a switch that flips in their brain. A switch that flips. Does that make sense? I flipped it. Yeah. A switch that a switch that flips in their brain. Can you tell I get a kick out of myself? A switch that flips in their brain that says, "Holy shit! I just spent a ton of money on myself. I have to double down. I have to take this thing seriously." And then they go balls to the wall and actually see results, right? And so that is why you charge people for your services. Especially, I am a huge fan of high ticket anything, right? Because someone inevitably will take more action on something that they paid $5,000 for as opposed to $50, even if it's the same damn thing. That's just how human psychology works. So yeah, that is kind of that. Don't feel wrong for providing a service for someone and charging for it. The only way that people see real change in their life is if they actually make, I'll pull a story from my own life here. I was on the gym grind on and off since I was probably 16 years old. I'm 22 now for reference. So what is that? 6 years. And I was never able to put on weight at all. And I was like, oh, I can't do it. And at the end of the day, that was all bullshit. I wasn't taking it seriously enough. And then early on in this year, I paid a guy $2,000 to basically show me what to do and then bitch me into actually doing it in the gym and show up consistently and eat the right food. And then within 2, 3, maybe 4 months, I packed on 15 pounds of lean muscle. That alone is a testament as to what happens when someone makes an investment in themselves. And it's fucking powerful, man. So yeah, take that as you will. Now, the last stage of this is the expansion stage. And this is where the real work happens. I just realized I'm going on 40 minutes now. I was like, oh, it's going to be a 20-minute video, 25 minutes tops. Whatever. I hope if you're still here watching, you're fucking grateful for it. Really, I put my heart and soul into this. This took me a while to build. But yeah. So expansion stage is all about taking the foundation that you've built in steps 1 and 2. So the audience, and then an actual, a validated offer that you can monetize on, right? And then adapting it for scalability. And for those of you guys that haven't, taken any sort of dive in the business space, this is just going to be gibberish to you. So you might as well tune out now. But literally, like, there is no reason that with this exact avenue of business, if you take everything that I've told you here today and actually take action on it, there is no reason at all why eventually, whether that's a year from now or 5 years from now, you can't be seeing $100,000 months, making $1 million plus a year net, straight up like that. Like, really, there are so many people that are in the coaching space that provide, coaching, content creation space, that provide a service that they scaled and monetized on, and easily 6 figures a month, 7 figures a month, 8 figures a month. Like, but there's no ceiling, there's no limit. But all of that will not happen by you doing a one-on-one coaching offer where someone pays you $2,500 and you hop on calls with them every single week, and then doing all the work by yourself, right? So in this stage of the journey, you're, of course, going to have people coming in to consult for you. You have to ensure that you're running a validated, scalable offer that can actually, you can take yourself out of the equation a little bit and be able to have a lot of the systems in place that the work gets done without you being involved, right? You're going to have like a team built out underneath you. You're going to have a sales funnel, and you're going to have to automations and systems and just like everything to make shit flow smoothly. And this part of the journey is impossible to do without guidance. Like, I could not do this on my own. I literally have, at this point in time, a team of 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 people built out underneath me, not including myself. And like, I could not do what I do without them. Like, it would be impossible for me. I have, I paid thousands and thousands of dollars for people to consult for me and help me actually scale this thing and validate my offers. And like, this is a stage of the journey where you're going to be, heavily investing into yourself and making serious changes. But if you're early on in this journey, you're not going to be focusing on all this for a while. So yeah, that is the 3 stages of this business. Fucking saucy. Oh yeah. So now we talk business. At this point in time, everything that I've shared with you in this video is everything you could possibly need to know to get started on the path toward creating a life and creating a business that you fucking love. Waking up in the morning every single day and saying, thank you, God, for this opportunity. I am so grateful. Now, what I'll tell you for free is that everything that I've shared with you here is not some get-rich-quick scheme, because that doesn't exist, obviously, as I've told you 10 times over in this video. This is something, this avenue, this possibility, this opportunity for you is something that takes effort and persistence and commitment and determination and mentorship. And it is an opportunity that every single one of you have it in you to act on. Damn, it's funny. I'm now trying to share something that I feel like needs to be more scripted, and I'm like, what? Well, why can't and I'm fucking up the words. It's not cool, man. I'm just gonna speak from the heart. This opportunity that's ahead of you, every single one of you guys watching this video right now, have it within you to take action on, have it within you to see massive success in and feel so fulfilled in your life from. And the majority of you watching this video right now will not do that. You will not take action, and you will make excuses as to why it can't be you, why now is not the best time, why this, why that, a million and one reasons as to why it can't be you. 90% of you will do that. But for the 10% of you that are action takers, that are truly committed, truly dedicated to creating the life and the business that you are meant to create, that you know in your heart and have known for years that you were meant to create, even if you didn't have the clarity, even if you didn't know what it was, what I'm about to share is for you. Let's get this shit. So, the journey ahead of you, it's not an easy one by any means. And you are going to be tested in ways that you could not even possibly imagine right now. And at the same time, it is the single most worthwhile journey you will ever embark upon. For yourself, for your life, for your legacy. This is so powerful and so impactful. And speaking from my own experience, I could not be more grateful that my life has gone the way that it has. I could not be more grateful that I took a fucking leap and actually took this avenue with my life. And it is not something you're meant to do alone. This journey is something that it takes so much dedication and commitment, and you're not meant to do this alone. And so what I'm going to do right now is not try and sell you my course and not say, hey, buy my drop shipping offer and you'll be at 10K months in no time. What I am going to do though is extend you the opportunity to change your life in a way that is more impactful and more fulfilling and more incredible than you can even possibly wrap your mind around right now. If you are one of the few people that knows in your heart that they are meant for more, that they are meant to create something so incredible out of their life, and this video calls out to you, and you've been watching this and you're like, holy shit, like this guy has some pretty good stuff to say. I want to extend you the invite, the opportunity to Ascension. Consider this me extending the hand, the formal invitation. Ascension is my community-based mentorship program. But more than that, it's a brotherhood. It is a place where people come together to become the best version of themselves and bring their truth, their light, their purpose into the world. It is a group of guys that have dedicated themselves to becoming the best fucking version of themselves that they can possibly be. Creating businesses that they love and living a life of service to others, to God, and having an impact on the world around them and living life the way that a life is meant to be lived. People that are a group of guys that's breaking free of the fucking mold that society tries to put you in and sticks you into this little box and says, hey, go to work, go home, scroll on TikTok, watch porn, watch Netflix, smoke your weed, be content, be complacent. We are a group of people that are breaking free of that fucking box because that is not the life that you are meant to be living. Ascension is a guided and supported journey to finding the people that you are meant to be surrounded by, your family, and creating sovereignty in your life. Such a beautiful life. So, I felt called to share some of the success stories, a few of the many. This video would be an hour if I went through all of these. So, some of my favorites. Jay Jackson, my fucking man. I know he's watching this video. His first social media or first solo nightlife media gig. So Jay is a very talented videographer. He has been building out his personal brand, starting out his own business. He's booking gigs, baby. He got paid several $100s to go and do what he loves. I'll tell you, Luke, 150 kilogram squat, just self-optimization. Dalton, my fucking man, I know you're watching this one too. Dalton, in the time that I've known him since December, went from making, it's awesome. He actually shared this on the group call yesterday. $300 in the month of December to May, crossing his first 10K month. I say get rich quick is a lie, bro. Look at this fucking kid. Again, really talented videographer. He quit his restaurant job that he was working for years, generated 5K in revenue whenever he posted this. I don't know what it was. I mean, that's just fucking awesome. This is such a weird thing to like go through and show you guys because, oh wait, another one. Hey Jonas. Hey Ben, how you doing? Just want to tell you that I quit my freaking toxic job today. And then when I posted that testimonial, he responded to it and said, let's go. Thank you, bro, so much. I will always remember this group. I have this fire in me. I want to keep growing and becoming bigger. Thank you for all you do. Don't let anyone stop you. Oh, and then there's Riley. This circle means fucking everything. Yes, it does. Oh, wait, another one. Julian, my fucking man. Good morning, Ben. I just wanted to let you know that today was the day where I stood up for myself and finally quit my full-time job. I'll be working for my last 2 weeks and I'm finally free. I feel so relieved and can't wait for what the future has to hold. Oh, another one from Luke. Accountability. That's one of the main things we do in the group is literally just hold you to doing the shit that you said you were going to do. So killer. I mean, are you kidding me? Hayden, my guy. It means the world, and I appreciate it, and glad to have you guys here for times like this. I'm not going to dive into every single one of these things. This one was fire. This one's fire. Sorry, my man. Just saw now. Call was incredible. I feel so many energies that are even hard to explain in words. Already grateful as fuck that you have been able to allow me to be in this community. Davide, you son of a gun. Best testimonial. I feel like I know the guys from ages. Probably it's a bigger plan going on here. Let's go. So, whatever. I can talk on testimonies all day. But more than anything, what I wanted for this video was for you to get a feel of my energy and see the way that I show up for you, literally you. Because this is what I'm meant to do. And this is what I feel called to share in my heart. And so, dozens and dozens and dozens of more opportunities, of more testimonials, just like those that I showed you. But I'm not here to sell you. I don't hop on here and sell people. I attract. And so I'm here to extend you the opportunity of a lifetime if you are ready for it. Because this is an opportunity that has already changed dozens and dozens of lives. Real human beings out there in the world whose lives are so much more fulfilled, so much more dialed. Guys that are moving through life as the best version of themselves, making money from things that they're truly passionate about, living life that they were fucking meant to live. And you can be one of them too. So if that sounds like you, DM me Ascension on Instagram. And we will talk and we will see if you're a good fit for the group, for the brotherhood. And damn, this shit got long really quick. Thank you for your time. Thank you for holding this space with me. I hope you learned a thing or two. And even if you walk from this and don't feel called to move forward and take the next step, I hope and I pray that you got some stuff that you can fucking use and actually take action on and plant the seeds for you to live a beautiful life. Because you are so worthy and you are so capable and you are so deserving. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you. I love you. I am grateful for this opportunity to serve you in this way. And I hope to see you on the other side. Peace.